So guys, I don't understand what happened here. I just don't understand. OBS started acting up, so just disconnected. But I'm still on the trade. I'm still watching the price. I'm not sure if you guys can see everything there on your side, but if you can see it, like if you can see it right now, then we actually live part two. I'm gonna call this one part two so that like you understand. Okay, yes, we're watching the prize right now. I hope I'm recording this in both platforms because I just don't understand why this one acts the way it does. Part two. I'm gonna call this one part two so that like you understand. I don't know if I'm sitting some OBS or what, but I think this price action you guys are not seeing it in live market in lifetime, right? I don't know what's going on there, but I think there's a disconnect between that. I think there's a disconnect, but I just can't figure out what's going on here. Cause I thought, I mean, I'm live, right? Cause I usually get live, and this thing don't usually happen, so I don't understand. Because I can see the whole thing now in live mode, so I'm not sure if you guys can actually see the whole thing, right? But if you're seeing it, this is what we're actually targeting here. Okay, I'm gonna be back. Oh, but I assume it's the internet thing. It's an problem or something, right? Because I can see here from my frame rates that we actually dropped from 70. We on 78 right now, so which makes it probably impossible for us to actually understand and see the price action in real time. So um I'm trying to find the way on how to balance this thing because This is killing us. Oh, but I saw this internet thing. It's an internet problem. So I'm trying to understand here. What I'm trying to understand here is that are we gonna push lower into this, or are we gonna push lower into this, right? So I took execution A, let's say I took a trade here, then I exited around there, then I took another trade there, then I exited around there. So today was really hard for me to actually find setups that I can actually trust, but I found a setup that I can trust. This one, I trust this one a lot. So I'm just gonna wait and see how the price reacts and how the price move from this point forward, because I'm planning to exit around here. I don't have no business in trading up until like the market closes, right? But then at 1540, at 15 at 16 actually, at 16 I'm waiting to see if the price can push lower than this, or it just can push higher than that. But with all due respect, I don't think the price is gonna go higher. If it goes higher, then it's gonna come to this, then when all goes all the way down, right? But then because it's late for that, so I'm just gonna wait and see how the price reacts and how the price move in real time, so that like I can actually take advantage of it and understand what it's trying to do, right? So I have these two charts opened right now. I have S&P, I have NAS 100. So you might be asking yourself, why am I using two charts at the same time? Yes, I'm using two charts because sometimes I don't like trading in S&P, but then I like trading Nasdaq, but then I use these data to actually filter on how I should trade on Nasdaq. So I'm not sure if like that makes enough sense. So, but I hope it does. So I have these here, which is if the price move up, then I'm expecting it to move higher than that. Then just go to these levels, right? This is where I'm expecting the price to see the price moving to, right? But not in a form of impulsive move. I'm actually waiting to see if like we can. I don't want to see it moving impulsively there up until there, right? Because that would just discredit everything what I actually worked for. So remember that last time this was my take profit, right? Because I understood that the price was gonna drop here and go high and drive all the way higher, right? But because I'm becoming more and more aggressive or in taking more advantage of this thing, right? So this is how I'm gonna utilize and just aim for 400. Oh, I thought there was 600 trend, or 600 is around there. It's $600 actually, or 600 is around there. So if you can actually analyze this price action, right? We came to this, we came to this, crashed it, then we came to that. This is what I've been looking at since the New York Open, right? That's what I've been looking at since the New York Open. So what I'm thinking of here, I'm thinking of taking off my trades if you get to 50%. Okay, this is 50%, right? I could have taken this profit here. 107. I could have taken that, but let me take off here around here. Okay, I'm gonna use this one to filter and take off my profit, because from this point I think we're gonna drive higher to this, right? So let's wait, let's just watch, because this is price, man. Nobody knows what the price is gonna do, but we can actually speculate and understand what we're gonna do with price. So price is just price. I wanna see this thing going lower and closing below here on S&P, right? I'm gonna use this one and say crossing down. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say crossing down, right? That's what I wanna see. I'll get out around here because I have no interest in holding up until here, because we're actually gonna close now. So an hour and 10 minutes now before I can actually close the market, before the market closes. So I'm not trying to be more aggressive on this thing. I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to, I'm not sure if like I'm making enough sense, but I'm trying to get what I can and just enjoy what I have, right? But what I'm actually viewing here is not the actual price. I'm actually viewing if the price gonna react to these relatively quite lows, right? Because we have a lot of relatively quite lows. We have this here, we have this, we have this. We can also filter this, but then it was crash market structure safe there, minor minor social liquidity. Oh, I'm sorry. Then we have this relative equal lows there. Then we have this. Then the price rallied higher to this. This was the point where I'm very very interested in seeing the price. I thought we are gonna come here before the New York lunch. Yes, I was very interested in trading then, but then I didn't get those opportunities. So that's why I utilized this. And as I said, I want to see the price coming in, then I'm off. If the S&P comes here, then I'm off on this trade because I have no business in holding the whole thing, right? And also taking into account that we actually this is our 50%. So after 50%, usually what can happen is the price can retrace higher. If the price retraces higher now, the overall narrative is to come here, right? We would come here if we had to retrace all the way higher. But don't take my word for it. Just look at the charts, understand the charts, and just review them, and you're gonna see that we're actually here and we're doing everything we can to actually get the juice out of this thing. So I'm actually watching how the price react to this fair value gap here. Remember when I said that I filter S&P. Remember when I said I filter S&P to get the actual direction on how I should move, right? As this thing is moving, I'm watching how we actually respect or disrespect this thing, right? This fair value gap. If you can see, probably we're respecting this, right? Which means the price might drive higher to here, right? But then because I'm not interested in seeing that, so I'm just gonna switch off my mind and I'm not gonna use that what can we call? I'm not gonna use that narrative that we're actually going higher up until I actually see the candlestick closing above here and just continue moving higher. That sometimes I'm stubborn like that, but and what I've noted and understand that I've lost so many trades trying to catch all these movements, right? Maybe let me say, cause like I'm floating 218 right dollars. So based on ICT, I would have actually passed the challenge, right? So um, what I've did the last time, right? What I've done, shit, eyeball. So what I've inter interacted with price was actually different at the time because